Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome back to Sketchup for 3D Design, and we are going to start a new file. This is tutorial 3 in our series, so let's start a brand new file looking at tie here. In this case, we want to make something that we can 3D print, and we also want to use something online to design on top of. So what we want to do is go to the internet and do a search for a logo, a shape, um, a character, something that you connect to. So, um, and choose something that will be at your comfort level. So, for example, Pac-Man, it's just too easy, right? At least the traditional Pac-Man shape. Um, it's just too easy. The 3D Pac-Man, a little more challenging for sure. So I don't really connect to Pac-Man. I just came up with that. Um, what else? I like Corvettes. So Corvette Stingray logo. Let's see what I got here. So these are kind of cool, but I'm looking for a keychain or a backpack tag, I call it. So something you can hang from your backpack or have on a keychain. And so things that I just connect with, looking at options, the shape of the stingray is pretty cool. That might be possible. So be thinking keychain. So be thinking what would look good or work on a keychain. And I don't know if this shape by itself is anything. Remember, we're not doing, we need this like a rectangle behind it. So it'll be a shape on a keychain. So, I mean, I think that's cool for me. So you can pick a cartoon character, video game character, logo. I know one of the easiest logos to do is the Nike logo. So if you're, I mean, it's so easy. If you're not super comfortable with SketchUp, Nike logo, or even this Nike with the word Nike and the logo, so just anything. I want you to connect to it though. So if you're really into Nike, then Nike, go for it. If you're really into Call of Duty logo, a certain video game. So I'm looking at images. Which one of these would look good on? These are just letters. So I'm looking for also maybe a graphic. So Call of Duty Ghosts. Just something that would be cool, a cool shape. Letters are a little bit boring. I like this Modern Warfare logo because at least it's something unique. You could do that on a keychain. You can do anything, by the way. I'm not telling you what to do. Pick something cool though, right? So for me, I'm going to choose the C7 Corvette Stingray logo right here. It also helps if you can find kind of like a 2D graphic version that would be fairly easy to design. I'm just going to pick this one. So what I'm going to do is right click and save image as. Hopefully it's a JPEG or something that I can open. It's going to go to my downloads folder. I'm going to call it Stingray. So it's there. Now I'm going to go back to SketchUp. I'm going to go to File, or 3 lines, Import from my device. Yes, from my device. Go find it. Click it. Open. Open it as an image. Click on the origin and let go, and then size it however big you want it. Now it doesn't really have to be to scale. It doesn't matter because we're going to scale it anyway to fit on a keychain. So in this case, I'm going to get rid of tie. So go ahead and do that. Now I have my Stingray logo here. And I want to do a couple things. First of all, I'd like to draw a rectangle around it. And depending on your logo, your keychain might be a little bit different size, but I'm thinking, you know, kind of like 1 by 3, 1 inch by 3. So um, we can scale that later. Right now, I'm just going to draw a rectangle around my shape. Notice that it disappeared. So what I want to do is go over to the Styles tool option over here, Styles, click it, go to Search, click on Default Styles, go to the second row, second over. It's called X-ray style. Click it. It makes everything see-through. So I have a keychain rectangle that's on top of the picture. What I want to do is be able to see both. I also need to center it, probably do something a little bit different with mine. So this is what you'll be doing with yours step by step. But first we're going to make the keychain shape. Okay, so what I think what I'm going to do is move my rectangle off to the side. And in that case, I don't need X-ray mode. I'm going to switch back to the one right next to it. Simple style. Click. Now, by the way, this changes the grass green and the sky blue. If you didn't have that before, now you do. These styles are where you can change the colors. I think that's, no, we didn't have that one. That's just all white. You can go through some of these styles and see which one you like best, as long as we're here, right? So there are assorted styles that are, some of them are really crazy, right? Some of them are better like looking, but they're not really fun to design in. So that's assorted styles. There are color sets, which are super bright. I think sometimes kind of obnoxious. Notice this one, there's no sky. So these are different styles you can design in, and some people just fall in love with one, and that's what they'll use forever. These are the default styles. There is photo modeling, which is different. There's sketchy edges, which is also very different. And right now you can't really tell because we haven't made anything yet. If I were to pull this up, maybe that'll help you see what a sketchy style is. They look like hand-drawn pictures. There's a whole bunch of different ones of these. I mean, some of them are kind of cool. They look like you've hand-drawn instead of computer-drawn, which is, I mean, I kind of like this one because it does look like, hey, I drew this with my pencil instead of my computer. And then there's one called straight lines, which are just thicker, straighter lines. So, you know, other than the pencil one, my favorite is just the default style, which is green grass, blue sky, and fairly pleasant to look at. Nothing too obnoxious. All right, so, all right, well, here's what I want you to do. I think we should I have an idea. So stick with me here. I'm going to delete my shape. I'm going to move my picture over. So please do that. So get to the point where you just have a picture flat on the ground in SketchUp. Whatever size is fine. Okay, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Doesn't really matter again. Because we're going to tell it how big to be. Click on the rectangle tool. I want you to click on the origin, click let go, drag let go, type in 1 quote, comma, let's see, how big? 3 inches. Let's go 3.5. 3.5 inches. Okay, interesting. So notice that it went long ways up instead of sideways. That's just because I typed in 1 inch first. So I'm going to hit Control Z. I want you to do that again. Rectangle tool. Click, let go, drag, let go. Type in 3.5 inches, comma, 1 inch. Enter. Okay. Now, if you're not sure what that looks like, look, I'll move. Let me move over here. Look in that lower right corner what I typed in, and you'll see the numbers I typed in. It literally is 3.5, quote, comma, 1, quote, enter. All right, so now I have, and we never trust, right? I'm not telling you that's my lesson, don't trust, but I don't trust SketchUp. Oh, this one's in millimeters, so I'm gonna change that. So I'm gonna go over to, you should know this by now, go over to model information. If yours is not in inches, and change the format to architectural inches. Oh, it rounded it up to 4 inches. So it rounded it up. So that means my display precision rounds it up, and I don't want it to. I want it to be to the nearest, in this case, 1/2 inch is fine. So 3.5 inches. There we go. So 3.5 inches wide. See, it wasn't 4. It just rounded it up. So if your precision is wrong or it's off, and you need it to be 3.5 inches to fit something, and I would have never have known that was 3.5 inches unless I changed it so I could see it. Now I know I typed in 3.5, so honestly it was 3.5. I just want to see it say 3.5 by 1. Okay, so 1 inch wide. That's good. Just a little. It's a little backpack tag or keychain. Now I want you to click on the push pull tool. Click and pull up. We'll pull up. There we go. Let go. Oh, it's going to only go to the nearest 1/2 inch. I need more precise than that. So let's change it to 1/32 of an inch. Display precision 1/32 of an inch. That means I can, and turn off length snapping right there. Turn off that blue slider. Now I should be able to just go up and down. Okay, see, length snapping is off. And so now actually the 1/32 doesn't matter because I can make it whatever I want it to be. However, Control Z all the way till it's flat. Oh, yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. So, because you can only do the precision measurement from 0, right? So, how thick do we want? Maybe an 1/8 of an inch. Let's see how that looks. Click, pull up, let go. Type in 1//8 inch. Enter. It's probably pretty good for a keychain. An 1/8 of an inch. Doesn't have to be crazy thick. So, okay. All right, that's good. Next, we're going to do 2 things. One, we need to put a 2-point arc on this end with a hole in it to connect to to put a keychain through it, right? A ring, a key ring. So go to the 2-point arc tool right here, 2-point arc. Click on the back left corner and then the back right corner and then pull up. But how far, you might ask? Well, let's go. How far can we go? We're just guessing, so we don't want to guess. So let's take the pencil tool and go to the midpoint of the back right there. So it's the back line, midpoint, click, drag up, let go. Let's go 1/2 inch. You could type in 1/2 or 5-inch, enter. Nice. Okay, and then hit escape. So that gives us a line to shoot for. Now we're going to go back to the 2-point arc tool. Back left corner, click. Back right corner, click. Right there, and click. That is perfect. A 1/2 inch, I was guessing, but that is perfect. So I'm going to choose the select tool, click the middle line. I am trying not to go too fast, I promise, and hit delete. Okay. Now, how do we know where the middle is? Oh, you know what? Undo. Let's use that line to our advantage. That's how we know. Where is the midpoint? Well, let's click the circle tool and let's roll our mouse on this line until it says midpoint. Then click, drag out. Okay, so let's see, diameter. How much across should this be? It's almost more important that it can't be small. We have to be able to get the key ring through it. Okay, we're just gonna guess. So I click, pull out, let go, type in 1/4 inches, enter. Whoa. Okay, Control Z. Let's do that again. Okay, that's too big. Midpoint, click, let go, drag. Okay, so 1/4, way too big. 1/8, let's try that. 1/8 inches, enter. Perfect, yes, perfect. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do now. Select tool, get rid of the line. There's gonna be 3 lines now because we divided it up into 3 lines. And then click the circle, hit delete. Okay, and then what I'd like to do is rotate my view so I can see the bottom and the top at the same time. I'm going to push pull this shape, click, don't let go, pull up, put your mouse on the edge here, right here on this, make sure it's on the edge there, and let go. Okay, and then rotate. Now you may notice that the color, oh, that's weird. Okay, I did not see that happening. It should not have happened. Maybe it didn't happen for you. If not, good job. Do I need to do it again? No. I did notice that what I was looking at was that's the inside. It's blue. That's not good. I can fix that though, and I'll show you. Here though, this is a problem. That's not going to work. I'm going to draw a line back where it was, midpoint here, but then I don't have to go across that. Hit escape, go back here and then to there. That is what I was hoping would happen. It would just fill back in. I don't have to get rid of that line. SketchUp, when you're 3D printing, a line is invisible. It's not a thing. It's just a line. So I'm going to go back to this side and go, all right, wait a minute. It's blue. It's white. So here's what I'm going to do with the select tool. I can't really tell what color that is on the inside, but I'm going to select the inside, right click and say, please reverse the face. Well, I say please because I'm polite. You could just say reverse the face right there. There we go. It's white. And then rotate, do the same thing here, reverse the face. And this side, make sure it's selected, right click, reverse the face. Okay, so everything is white. That means that's the outside, which means it'll 3D print correctly. And there is the beginning of a little simple keychain or backpack tag. Size-wise, I don't know, but this is what you're doing for this assignment. Okay, 3.5 inches by 1 inch wide. You've got a 1/2 inch tall arc with a 1/8 of an inch circle that is centered here. Okay, that's your assignment. Now, I don't like to have sharp edges here. either it's just not good. Let's fix it. So what I want to do is use that same 2-point arc tool. Okay, let me think. We want to be smart about this. 2-point arc. We want to round the edge here, but where do we start? I'm kind of thinking we need to draw some lines. Can't just guess. You can't guess in SketchUp. We're telling it what to do. So click on the corner, draw a line right here on the line, let go, don't click, let go, type in, and I'm guessing, 1/16 of an inch, 1/16 inch, enter. Now where did it go? Well, it's on the line, so you can't see it. So let's just roll our mouse until we see a blue dot and then draw a line out. Okay, so did it draw? I don't think that drew out. I think it drew down. Let's draw red. There we go. No, still no. So, yep, 3D. 3D design does weird things. So, I should have a dot right here. Where? Somewhere in here. Oh, no? Where'd it go? Okay, I may have deleted it. Let's do it again. This time I can actually tell it's green right here. Maybe I did it. Maybe it was down. You know, it's 3D. You know, the 3D world again. It's hard to tell. So 1/16 inches, enter. Now it should be on this line in here somewhere, right there. Now I'm going to draw over red. Cool. I just want to know where it is. And then same thing this way now. Go this, click and make sure it's red. 1/16, enter. Sorry, inches, enter. Now I should have one that's even right here. Yep, bing, bing, bing. Okay, so there is the parameters that I want. I'm going to delete that middle diagonal line. I don't need it. I'm now going to, follow my own rules, Mr. Johns. Don't trust. Is this really 1/16 of an inch? It didn't feel like it. It doesn't look like it. It's 1/32. This is 1/32. So I asked for 1/16, did I not? So I think I'm smaller. I just want 1/16. Let me see again. Is that really? I mean 1/16. Oh, I think I went to the midpoint. No, I'm not sure what I did. That'll drive me crazy. I want 1/16, so I'm gonna get 1/16. I'm gonna get 1/16. So I'm gonna try it again. It's red, 1/16 inches, enter. And let me just make sure. Maybe that's where I was supposed to be. I think I went halfway. That's what I did. And now that I see that, yeah, that's probably about right. Okay, yeah. So I did it right, but I just went halfway. Half of 1/16 is 1/32. So I'm trying to move my view here. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a line this way that is 1/16. So just to clarify what I just did, I just found what I thought was the end, but it was the midpoint. So make sure you go to the end point. And I'm just drawing a line just so I can see it. Hit escape. I'm going to rotate my view so I can see this way. I'm going to use the 2-point arc tool. I'm going to click here and here. I don't want it to go that way. I want it to go this way. Now, how far do I push in? Oh, that's another issue. How far do I go in? It has to be the same on both sides, so that's why we need to measure. So the only way to do that is click on this corner. Well, click to the pencil. Switch to the pencil. Click. How are we gonna know we're straight? Okay, stay with me. Go straight out red, escape. straight out green where they connect, click, and then draw a line from where they intersect to the corner. That is 45 degrees. Okay, I don't need this. Delete it. So, yeah. So now that I have that, what do I do with it? Delete the line. There's some steps sometimes. Okay, I hope you're not lost. Just follow what I'm doing. It'll make sense in the end. And probably the reason I love, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't snap to anything. I have to keep this here. Have to. Where I want this to, here's what I can do. Here's what we can do. There's one of the reasons I love SketchUp. There's a bunch of ways to do stuff. There's no right way or wrong way. For now, this is the Mr. John's way. You will likely find different and maybe better ways. And I love it when my students go, hey, Mr. Johns, there's a shortcut. If you do it this way, it's way faster. I love that. So I'm always learning myself, even though I've used this for 20 years. So I'm going to go to the 2-point arc tool. I'm going to click here and here. And you know what? I don't care where it goes. It can't bulge out. See that? It can't bulge outside of the shape because what we're doing is rounding the edges. I'm going to put my mouse right here on that pink line and click. Oh, did I click? Where'd it go? Try it again. Come on. What are you doing today, dude? I want it to be right here and click. Why is it disappearing? Is it too small? Maybe it's too small of an arc. Maybe 1/16 is too small. I don't think it is though. Click, click. I think anywhere in there should be fine. I think it is too small. Has to be flat. Well, shoot. I think I just learned something, that's too small for an arc. It doesn't like it. So what we're going to do is, after all that, we're going to go twice as far. So let's go another 1/16. I don't have to do a whole new line. I can just go 1/16 inches, enter, and make sure you go to the edge, endpoint, sorry. There we go. And we're going to go out here somewhere. I'm just going to click. And then escape, and then draw a line here this way. Also, oh, no. From the end of this one out. Are you following along? I hope this isn't crazy. 1/16 inches, enter. Now I should have a endpoint right here. Make sure it is the endpoint. Doesn't say endpoint, but it does say even to this. If it has a green dotted line, which it does right here, it's telling me, hey, you're even. Okay, so it still doesn't look right to me. It's not right. It does not look right. It's not right. This was supposed to be 1/16. Oh, there's the endpoint right there. So you can see, hey, Mr. Johns also, come on, dude. There we go. Mr. Johns also struggles through, some mistakes to fix things. I am going to get rid of that and that and that. And the reason I'm keeping this center line will be this one, this diagonal line, will be, I want to make sure that is straight. So if I draw a new line all the way across, pencil, click to the corner. Okay, good enough. It's the same thing. Okay, the reason I'm keeping it is because when I do the 2-point arc, I can measure where it intersects. So I'm going to pick a nice arc, like right here. Okay, what are you doing? That can't be. What am I doing wrong? Mr. Johns, what are you doing wrong? It's not letting me create a 2-point arc this way. Why? Why? Okay, that time it took it. I don't know why. It's not exactly what I wanted, but okay, well, you see what I was doing. I hope yours just worked the first time, but I am, what is that? 1/16 and 1/16. Is that 1/8? Yes, right? So 1/8 of an inch from each corner. Yes. And then I have a diagonal line just going through it so that I can put a 2-point arc in. And then what I want to do is measure, this seems like a lot of work for this, but it'll be worth it. I want to measure the distance from here to the arc. Hey, it's 1/16. How about that? Okay, so why does that matter? Remember the 1/16. And we're going to have to remember these measurements because we're doing another one on the other side. Okay, so, and also, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this measurement anymore. I need to highlight this, use the push-pull tool, and push it to the bottom. Oh, it's going to keep something. And then let go. And it should have gone away. It didn't. It's because my arc was not the way I wanted it. It was supposed to go all the way to here. So that was not a great arc. That was not good at all. Mr. Johns, what was that? So this is just for a simple keychain. Come on, dude. I haven't even started the Stingray thing yet. All right. That was terrible. That is not the way it usually works for me, but the reason I'm keeping this in the video instead of starting over and making it look like it's perfect every time for me is because that's not reality. It's not true, and it's not fair to you. I'm going to show you that I struggle with this stuff too. I'm going to start over on this side. I'm going to draw a line that is, make sure it's on the red, 1/8 inch, enter. I'm going to find the end point, which should be out here somewhere, maybe. End point, and draw in a ways, doesn't matter how much. Hit escape. I'm going to draw a line on this side, let go, type in 1/8 inches, and then I should have an end point right here. Make sure you go in red and then connect those. Since I don't need this, I like to get rid of it just to keep things clean. And then I'm going to draw a line diagonal between the two. Now let's hope this time it just works perfectly. 2-point arc. I don't know why it did last time. That was just weird. And then it just has to be not jagged. But it said something about segments are two. Let me look more carefully this time. Segments are two something when I clicked. Oh, that time it worked. But I think it's going to be the same. See, I don't think it went, I want it to go all the way to here, but I don't think it did. Let me try pushing it down just to see. Yeah, so it does the same thing. I don't love that. So I think there's a problem with my arc being too close. My arc is being too big. I think I need to make it barely an arc like this, if it'll let me. But then it says number segments are two something. So let me see what it says here. Number, let me make sure I'm flat. Make sure I'm not up. Make sure I'm like this, on face. Number of segments is too large for given angle and radius. Number of segments. Number of segments. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to try again. I'm going to just make a baby arc, just a little bit right there. Nope, same thing. Doesn't like it. Does not like it at all. All right, well, struggling with that. That should not be a problem. Uh-huh. I just wanted to, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to control Z, 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 Z for the rest of my life, and then start over. So how do you get the result you want? Can we try a 2-point arc like this? It's not really what I wanted. And it's still kind of sharp on the edge. It's not, I mean, it's sort of what I was wanting to do, but it's not what I wanted to do. And I refuse to be defeated, is what it comes down to. Honestly. I'm going to try it a different way. I'm just going to click and see if I can just make a arc. But I still wonder if, well, I need to think differently. That's, you know, when something doesn't work and you think it should, it's not always the fault of someone else or the software or the computer. What if pink would work? No, pink will not work. It has to be black. No, that time it worked. Oh, okay, so I think this is going to work. If it works, though, I'm not really sure how to tell you I did it. But okay, now that should have deleted that on the bottom, but I'm going to highlight it and hit delete. And then I'm going to get rid of the outside lines because I don't want those. Sometimes it's a little bit neater than that, but that is what I was going for. And I think I was just trying to be too small. I think those arcs have to be bigger. So, okay, well, how big is it then? How big is it? Where does it start? So I have to measure this somehow, right? I have to tell you what, there it is, right there, right? So let's go out. How far? I don't care. Keep going. And, oh, that's up. Don't go up. It was blue. Pay attention. Red. I need to go red. Out there a ways. Hit escape. Go find the other side. This will be green. Green. And then connect those. Okay, boom. Okay, now, how do I measure that? How do I measure my angle? I could just measure these lines. Let's see what that tells me. Boom, boom. 7/32 of an inch. So that means they're the same in both directions then, right? 7/32 of an inch. Yes, yes, they are. Okay, so that means on this side, I should be able to draw a line. Click, drag, red, let go, 7/32 inch, enter. And then I should just be able to connect that to the end. That should be the same right there. I think it was that easy. Now, 2-point arc. So long. Sorry about all that. That was a lot just to figure stuff out. And like I said, the only reason I'm leaving this in the video is because I want to show you. Now, how do I know how much my arc was, though? I didn't measure that. To show you that I also struggle, and that's part of 3D design. It's what you do. I don't know. I can't guess here. How do I know? You want it to be the same. So there's always problem solving. Always. So pencil line straight out. I should not have maybe deleted that. Pencil line over. I should have measured. I should have measured. Can I measure? Yes, I can measure. No, blue is up, so no, I can't do that. I'm gonna have to push pull this up. You don't have to do this. I'm gonna show you the answer here in a second. What I'm gonna do is go to the corner again. This is using some of what I was doing. Measure this 3/32. I'm going to leave that there for now. 3/32. So, all right. So once you create this by drawing a 7/32 inch line, and then another line this way, that's 7/32 inch. 7/32 of an inch is how you say that. 7/32. That's a crazy number. Then to duplicate that, and we know what the numbers are now, I'm going to draw a diagonal. I know that 3/32 from this corner in on the line, let go, 3/32 inches, enter. Wherever that dot is, make sure it's an endpoint, not a midpoint. It's going to be, is that endpoint? Yep. So right there, pink is perpendicular, or yeah, perpendicular. Escape. So there is where I need to end up with my 2-point arc. Seems complicated for a keychain, but this is 3D design. I need to get right there and click. I can now get rid of that line. We don't want it in there. Make sure it's the line. Okay. That should be the exact same as that now. And what I would recommend you do is get rid of the diagonal lines here. Take your push-pull tool and push it down to the ground and let go. If it doesn't disappear all the way, just take that skin and delete it, delete the line, delete the line. Yep, excellent. And then back over to where I was, I can delete this, push this down. Oh, wait. I think it was already, let me look what I did here. Oh, it's hollow. What did I do? Push that down. Wow. The struggle is real today. Some of these things I've never had happen. I'm just going to get rid of what I don't want. It's weird. It doesn't always happen this way, but I end up with, nope, no. Control Z, man's best friend, second to the dog. And then I'm just going to go look at the results. I just like to clean things up. This would 3D print just fine. It doesn't see numbers or lines, but I don't like them. Make sure you know what you're deleting. Like, it wasn't letting me click on that number for some reason. I think it's on the bottom. That's why. I could see it, but it was on the bottom. Okay, that, woo, we did it. Good job sticking with me. You know, that's a decent looking keychain. It's very skinny. But for me and my Stingray, that's the start. Okay, so I would like you to take a screenshot and send that to me, please. I want to be able to see the dimensions. The only thing I want you to add is a dimension for the circle. And if you just click on one side and go straight across and click and just pull it out or leave it, whatever. I just need to be able to see it. I would recommend you pull it out. It shows me 7/32. That's not right. Straight across. I need to go straight across. So dimension line. There we go. I wasn't straight across. I knew it was a 1/4 inch. That's why I caught that. So I want to see this from you. Smoothed edges, round arc. Oh, we're missing one dimension. I want to know how that's. I want to see that it's 3.5 inches long. It's 1 inch wide. You've got this 1/4 inch diameter circle. and I want to see that it is 1/8 inch thick. Okay, see how I can see all of those dimensions? That would be the screenshot that I want from you to send to me. And then you have a choice. And I'm going to show you what I do with my Stingray. But you're going to have a choice whether to find a logo or something that'll fit on this keychain, or make a new keychain, or change the size of this keychain. If your logo is bigger, this isn't going to work, right? So you might need to, and boy, this would be a mess, start pulling stuff out. Honestly, I would make a new one. So you have two choices, I'd say. Make a new one. Now that you know how to do it, it should be easy, right? You just change the measurements. Or find a logo or something that would fit on this shape. So that's it for now. Next time I'm going to do the Stingray, put it on there and make it all look cool, and show you how to do that. And you can start working on yours. For this episode, though, Mr. Johns is out.